What do you think journalists do? Journalists are actually divided into many sections and produce publications such as magazine articles, videos, and photographic stories. Our mission is to uncover the truth, making the information accessible for everyone. It's important not only to report what happens, but explain the meaning of the content we report. To accomplish our mission, we need to catch up current situation in advance to make the product we make interesting. So let's look at what do Jemun journalists do. They take interview using various devices and edit the content in the journalist room. Although last year the journalist room was separated by the type into individual room. So why did the journalist room get together?
Actually, we put everyone together in formats last year. So all the video journalists were together, all the podcast journalists were together, for example, in different rooms. But we found that the podcasts and the video journalists and the newspaper journalists who were covering the same room, they weren't coordinating with each other, they weren't talking with each other. And we wanted more communication between the journalists that were covering the same room. So we think it's going well this year, and we think we'll keep it that way for next year as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
As Mr. Soap said, Jemun journalists have been creating many products incorporate with different sections. Lastly, our goal is to report what happens but explain the meaning of the content as I said before. So don't miss any publication we'll make for following 3 days. And lastly, I'd like to tell you what Jemun professors think about the future goal for this year's Jemun.
Well, my hope is that Jemun will be a learning experience, not only for the delegates, but for the student journalists, that people will feel more confident in their abilities to work with teams, to achieve their objectives, whether it be as a journalist or a delegate, that they will feel more confident in their use of the English language, in working with teams to resolve issues, and that this experience will empower them to do this as professionals wherever they may be.
Okay, over 3 days, I love it when I just see the Jemun Facebook feed full of wonderful stories about what's happening. So I love it when we get leaks and updates, but I also love seeing the coverage of the event itself. So for me, I also really love the human interest stories, the people who meet up with friends that they met last year, the people who make new friends, the fun times, the silly things. So I think it's a combination of all of those things, and just having a record of what is an extraordinary meeting of really inspiring young people from all over the world.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for asking that question. For today, I suppose for the 3 days, my goal as an advisor is to help all of the students obviously take good video and edit that video, but also to make sure that they can learn from their experience. I think that's the most important thing. Perhaps people are going to get a little bit stressed, and at that time I would hope to be able to calm them down, if I'm calm myself. Yes.
Thank you.